Hi, I'm LaKeshia,
Hey, I'm Natalie.
and this is
Life Cracks Us Up. Are you picking up what we're putting down? Are you enjoying the content? Is there feedback you'd like to provide or topics you'd like to discuss? How about you give us a call and share your thoughts? 757-504-4649. That's 757-504-4649. We would love to hear from you. Hey girl,
Hey,
how you doing?
I'm doing okay. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm
All
doing
right.
good. I'm doing okay.
Okay, well, that's good. Look, I'm
Yeah,
still upright, so that's a plus for me these days.
it sure is. Because every time I turn around, something's going on with you. I'm starting to worry. I'm gonna have to move you
I-
in here just so I can give you nurse care.
Right? That's what I think. I'm looking for some vitamin C, some ginger. Like I need help.
All of the above. Do I
Yes.
got lipstick on my teeth?
Girl,
Mhm.
you know I can't see anything.
I didn't check. Okay. Got a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
It's disgusting.
Ugh.
Would you rather wear a stranger's dirty underwear
Oh
or
God.
use a stranger's toothbrush?
Ugh. How dirty is the underwear?
Listen.
I know.
There are there's no structure to these questions. There are no what ifs. There are
Uh,
no how
I know.
about it. None of that.
I knew you were gonna say that, but I'm gonna go with the underwear only because I'm gonna turn it inside out and hope for the best.
Okay.
Oh, but yes, it was that was disgusting.
Now I
Just
think we
the
both
thought.
know that that's not an option, but I'm gonna give it to you because they are both truly disgusting. It doesn't say, "Hey, you can turn them inside out." It literally just says. So the assumption is you would be pulling up the underwear that just left their crotch or their dingaling.
Mm,
But
mm.
am I going with the stranger's underwear? I don't know that I can. I'm being. This might be one that I don't think I can answer. That I might just have to. I don't know. I don't know. If someone had a gun to my head and said, "You either wear these dirty underwear or you brush your teeth with this nasty," see, I'm. I don't know. I might do the toothbrush running under hot water real good. I just can't imagine my gina in somebody else's. I
But it might not be fresh. It might not be hot off the press.
maybe I don't know if that's better or worse.
I,
I like
oh,
who is this person? Do they have
uh,
a home? Are they in the
right? Oh
are they
gosh.
what are they unhoused?
Yeah. Well, why are you wearing their underwear? Are you unhoused as well?
Right. Yeah, see, here
Maybe
we
you don't
go
have a
again.
choice.
I don't
I
know. I don't
know.
know. I don't know.
But I know the toothbrush
Again,
is it's too personal. Like you getting all in the
panties are
cracks and
personal,
crevices, but they're broad. They don't go up in. It's not a thong, hopefully, so it's not up in. It's just around.
but it's
I can.
touching vagina.
I'm gonna shake it. I'm gonna shake it out,
You
flip
get
it
all the
inside
crabs
out,
out.
and put
You get
it.
all the crabs out.
Well, yeah, that toothbrush is going all in the cracks and crevices of your gums and your tongue, and I can't. I can't.
Okay.
I,
Yeah, you bring up a good point. Yeah,
mm.
maybe I'd go with the underwear. I'd
Just
actually
shake it real
prefer it be
good.
men's underwear.
Yeah, yeah, because big and roomy, hopefully. Yeah,
Not only
boxers
that, but they
practically.
don't have any innards that come.
Yeah, yeah. They
I
all
don't
up
know.
in the.
Yeah, I just gross
You picked
myself
the.
out.
And you picked it. You,
I know.
but you
I
know
had no
what? The
business
worst part
asking that
is
question.
I don't have one, so I'm gonna let you go with another one since I know you have another one.
Aha. Okay, let me cross that one out. Mm. So,
But hold on, while you're thinking, that's why you always keep spare underwear. Because somebody did come to my house once and needed some underwear, and I'm like, gotcha,
yep,
brand new pair.
yep,
And then
out the
I don't
pack.
want them back. Don't want them
Yeah,
back.
and I always keep extra toothbrush too. Like
Me
if you go
too.
under my sink,
Okay.
I always got a pack of toothbrushes. So,
Hmm. So yeah, exactly.
which one do I want to hit you with? Let us
Uh,
see.
you've done morbid. You've done gross.
Okay, let's do funny.
Okay.
Would you rather? I know the answer to this, and I actually know the answer for both of us, but I'm going to ask it. Would you rather have to twerk at a funeral or do stand up during a business meeting?
Oh, okay. Well, since I can't twerk because I don't have my black card, I guess I'm doing some stand up. Waka waka waka.
I am definitely doing the stand up.
What?
Um, I cannot twerk. I don't know how to twerk. I truly do not know how to
Wow.
twerk. I've tried. My children have tried to show me, and I cannot. I don't know what it is. If I just don't have the ass for it, there's another problem too, because I don't have ass like that.
Mm,
Um, but I would definitely look crazy.
wow.
Um,
I,
so yeah,
I would not have
I'm
picked
definitely
stand up for
doing it.
you. I would not. Because we talked about that. I was supposed to be helping you, as a matter of fact, to work on your routine.
And I was
And
gonna
we
do a
had not
set.
done that. Yeah. So that
Yeah.
reminds me. So now I got to put that back on my list of things to do. Because if not, if we don't get your set, you might have to start twerking. So I don't want you to have to go through that.
Well, let it be. I mean, are people throwing money at me at this funeral? Like,
Like, do I have to twerk well? Or just gotta,
right or
because
right?
I can shake, I can look back and
Is there a standard? But I'd probably still rather do the stand up. Hey, the twerking would actually be part of a stand up because it would be
right?
hilarious.
Hilarious. Yeah, same
Yeah, so
here.
I would
Same
definitely be
here.
doing. I'd be doing comedy one way or the other. um. So, do you think that kids have too much freedom now?
Actually, I really put some thought into this question, and I'm kind of torn because, like you said, do kids have too much freedom now? So I thought back to when my child was a child, and she had a lot of freedom, but I think
Mm-hmm.
because I was a single parent. Uh-oh. Yeah, I was a single parent, so she was alone a lot, but
Mm-hmm.
she also had to know how to do a lot. But yeah, I was
Huh.
thinking about, like, my daughter had a cell phone when she was really young, but that was because I kept forgetting to go pick her up from school. One time the MPs came and they brought her to my job.
Are you serious?
Oh, 100%, 100%. I was in
Oh,
Hawaii. I was
that poor
stationed in
kid.
Hawaii.
I'm sorry,
And yeah, it
kid.
was a couple of times that I was supposed to go across the base to pick her up. Psh, totally skipped my mind. So finally, I was like, I should probably get her a phone so she can call me the next time I forget to pick her up.
Or said
So
like, "Hey, don't forget to come get me in 30 minutes."
exactly. So she had to, she had freedom was what she had because I wasn't there to be with her. But I think, and with that, she she matured quicker
Mm-hmm.
because she had to rise to the occasion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but now I don't know. The kids are so different. I don't know. The total difference is I don't work. So now the one that's in my house now, I see her all the time. She's always in my sight. So I think she has like no freedom as opposed to my daughter had
Mm-hmm.
all the freedom.
Yeah. I gave it
So
some thought as well. And I defined freedom two ways. So when I think back to my childhood, I had a lot of freedom, but it was a different time growing up in the 80s. And, you know, I was able to be out and about. We used to walk everywhere. We'd be
hmm
uptown. We would be everywhere. Um, so we had that kind of freedom. These kids have a different kind of freedom because they're so into these gadgets, phones, tablets,
Hmm.
games. They don't go outside. So
No.
their freedom is in the phone and the computers and everything. I try
Hmm.
very hard to monitor, my daughter's activity online, but it is physically impossible to monitor everything. Every time
Yep.
I turn around, there's a new app, there's a new this. So on our phone with Verizon, you have the family thing. So I control when her internet goes on, when it goes off, during what times. It's off during school hours. I get to block certain websites. So there's no Facebooks and Instagrams. And I did let her have TikTok finally, but even that for the longest time. So I say that to say there are certain freedoms that they have more of now, but it's more electronic as
Hmm.
opposed to the freedom that I had back in the 80s where I was out and about. And the freedom, what they do with it, depends on the kid. Some use it for good, some use it for evil,
Evil. That's for
you
sure.
know?
That's for sure. But
So
you're
it
right. That
just,
that's a difference. Yeah. It's the cyber world. That's
mm-hmm,
where they run wild, and they
mm-hmm,
do run wild. Because
mm-hmm,
I had a problem with that for a while too. Just like it's just too much, and it's bombarding the kids, and it's messing with their psyche. They have all this social anxiety because they can't talk to real people. So yeah, that's I feel that's mess that type of freedom has messed them up.
yeah,
Because like you said, you cannot monitor it constantly. You
yeah.
cannot.
It's physically impossible. And you
Hmm.
hear like I have a couple of friends who well, a friend who doesn't have kids. No, actually a couple of friends who don't have younger kids. And all I hear from them is, "Oh, if that were me, I just wouldn't let him have a phone." Or if that was me, I just wouldn't do this. Well, if it were you and it was 2025, you'd be doing the same shit I'm doing
Hmm.
because for your kid not to have a phone, they are now a social pariah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't let your kid be made fun of and be bullied all the time. But by the way, pause, side note, I just told my daughter the other day, and I know a lot of people are not going to like this, and I'm sure I'm going to get some remarks and comments and all of that, but I don't care. But some little girl was messing with her at school, and she was texting me during lunch, telling me what the girl was doing. I was like, please punch her in her face.
Who?
Punch her right in her face. I said, first tell her you're going to do that because that alone might get her to stop. But she like took her
Mhm.
milk, she squeezed the milk on her.
Oh heck no. Okay, no, no, no,
Ma'am,
no,
first I said, tell her, and I said exactly this, tell her you're going to punch her in her fucking face. And if she does not stop,
no. That,
let someone of in authority know, hey, this is what's going on. And if it doesn't stop, I'm going to do this. And then
mm,
if it still doesn't stop, punch her in her
in the
face and
face.
I'll worry about the rest. I'll
Because
worry
some
about the
people ask
rest.
for it. I'm just saying, some people that's what that they think they're saying one thing, but they're really saying yes. Please punch me in my face. Because yeah,
That pretty
you
much.
don't. Yeah, because
Pretty
people, yeah,
much.
they'll take advantage of you if they can. If they think you're soft,
Yes.
they're gonna do whatever they want to do, and it's just gonna escalate if you don't do something to stop it.
Exactly. Because if other people see that they can pick with you, now you
Mm-hmm.
have a whole
Mm-hmm.
situation. No, we're not doing that. Let me
Mm-hmm.
worry about the repercussions. But next time, stand up for yourself and punch her dead square in her face
Mm.
hard. So anyway,
Already.
um
Okay. We're talking about the yeah. Kids need a phone. Yes.
yeah. And it, and I also, would you say that kids are better equipped to handle freedom they have today or previous generations?
Again, that goes back to the child, and it's still different because the freedom, like you said, like us and my daughter, because she's the next generation, we were physically out there, so
Mm-hmm.
we could get into some physical trouble, like like I did,
Yeah.
teenage parent.
Yeah.
So that freedom, I guess I didn't manage it well. But now these kids are online, so they may not get pregnant from being online, but yet now they're meeting people who are putting things in their head that maybe now they're
Mm-hmm.
going to sneak out the house and try to do something. So,
Mm-hmm.
it's still, again, it's going to depend on what that kid does with it, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just so hard. You know, I wanted to be done when my child was not a child anymore. And it
Yeah.
is so hard to protect these children from themselves.
That part. That part. Um, I don't know that I think the previous generations, and I say generations plural, were better equipped to handle their freedom. These kids have no self-awareness. They're so entitled. They
Mm,
cannot handle the real world. I don't care how much I try to instill in my girls about independence and there's not always going to be a tie. You're not the best at everything. There's going to be someone prettier and smarter, even though I think they are the most beautiful kids in the whole wide world and they're the smartest. But the reality of it is, there's
yeah,
always going to be
exactly.
somebody smarter. There's always going to be somebody prettier. But these kids expect that when they leave school, when they leave high school, college, whatever, that the world owes them so much and that the everyone should just coddle to their
Mm,
needs and what about me. And we did not have that situation 20 years ago because number one, we didn't have the social media, we didn't have fake people online telling us
mm.
fake shit about their lives. And these kids believe anything, unfortunately,
Yes. Oh my
that they
gosh.
see
Yes.
online. I don't know how many times I've had to say that's not real. That's not real.
Same here.
And
Same
now with all
here.
these deep fakes, what? Yeah, I definitely don't think these kids are better equipped to handle the freedom they have today because it's all electronic. They wouldn't know what to do if they had to spend an entire day outside.
Oh heck no. Oh,
They
oh
wouldn't know what
gosh
to do.
no.
No,
Like, talking
definitely not.
about punching in the face, like you said, when they get out there in the real world, and that's what I tell the kids too. I was like, life is going to smack you right in the face
It is
because you
hard.
just don't realize. Very,
Yeah,
very hard.
like
I
that
said, you
little
just
girl's
don't
lunch
realize.
table.
It, you asking for it, man. And I'm telling
Yeah.
you, I try to, because people always telling me I'm so hard on the kids, and like we always talk about me not being so cuddly, but I'm so worried about them. It's just like, even in my classes, I tell the kids, we got to get serious.
Yeah.
We like to have fun and hee, but when it's time to get serious, because we were teaching the kids, they're doing effective communication. We were doing
Hmm.
that, financial management. They're
The
about to
stuff they don't
work
teach
on,
in the stuff they don't teach
and
in public schools, by the way.
oh yeah, they're gonna be working on resumes. I think is next week.
Hmm.
Yeah, and networking. You know,
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
we had the kids talking to each other, and we gave them scenarios, and they were like, "Huh? What?" Like,
Hmm.
you have to work on a project together. How do you handle this? And they don't know how to relate
They
to
don't.
physical people,
They don't. They don't.
and it's just so shocking to me. So I mean, going back to the question, do they have too much freedom? I think, yeah, if we could take the phones away from them,
Yeah.
if we could take the phones
Yeah.
away and have them face reality,
Hmm.
then they would be better equipped, I
Yeah.
believe.
And the downside to having to do that is, unfortunately, everything on the outside is now everything is tech. So to
Hmm.
take the phones and the computers and stuff away means that they'll actually be lacking in some areas
Hmm.
once they're out in the world because if you know who has anything to do with it, this whole world will be robots and computers. So would
Yeah.
you how do you think parental involvement or the lack of parental involvement comes into play with this, with freedom and
Yeah, like you said, you monitor what they do and turn the phone off, because I do the same thing, when you're acting up, because like we had the issue, and she was telling me, well, I didn't have time to do this, and I didn't have time to do that. It's like, but you were plucking on your phone. I was
right.
like, I will help you. I will help you phone goes off at
Yep.
like
Allow me to free up some of your time.
exactly, exactly. I
Hmm.
can do that for you. But
Yep.
yeah, so we as parents have to have some control over that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I know there are some hands-off parents, let the little birdie fly. But
Yeah.
mm, I say those parents are setting those kids up for failure because you
Yeah.
do need to have some control in there. Like when you go to work, your boss is going to have to tell you what to do. You're going to need to know how to follow someone's instructions.
Right.
So yeah,
Right.
that total hands off, that is not me at all.
Yeah.
Not me at
Yeah.
all.
No, I don't know how to be hands off. I don't know. And it's funny because I literally just had this conversation with my daughter in college. We were talking about something going on at another school. And I said, and that right there, I said, is why I insist on FaceTiming every now and again and
Hmm.
talking every couple of days. You don't need to call me every single day. I don't expect you to do that. If I'm a realist, I don't expect you to do that. But I need to hear your voice, but sometimes I need to
Hmm.
see your face because I need to make sure that everything is okay. I know my
Yes.
kids. I can look at your face and say, "What's up? What's going on?" You know what I mean? I said, but the unknown for a parent is the most horriblest thing.
Oh gosh. Oh
Horriblest
gosh.
is the most
Yeah, it's
horrible.
that bad.
Most
It's
horrible.
that bad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it is the worst thing ever,
Yes.
not knowing. So
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
know how to be hands off. But the other side of that is, as far as being like parental involvement or lack thereof, how does that affect their freedom? As a parent, you can only do what you can do when they're there with you. Once they leave you or they're not in your presence anymore, the only thing you can do as a parent is pray you're the voice they hear in their head and not
Oh
the
my gosh.
knuckleheads they're hanging out with that want to get into trouble or do whatever, whether it be alcohol,
Mhm.
drugs, sex, rock and roll, whatever. That was so far out there. But
Sex,
you
drugs,
you
and rock
see
and
the
roll.
point I'm trying to make though. I can only
Absolutely.
do what I can do while I have you in my arms. Once I
Hmm.
let you go, I have to trust that that I'm going to be on both shoulders or at least the
Hmm.
louder one on one of the shoulders. But you cannot not be involved because in that instance, that kid has to make all the decisions on their own without having that voice of reason in their head. So,
Yep. Oh, absolutely. And that's what I always tell the kids. It's like, I'm going to keep talking to you. I'm going to keep saying it.
yeah,
So it's going to play over and over in your head so that when the
yeah,
situation comes, you're like, oh, she did say something about
yeah,
that. But but I don't
yeah.
know if I told you talking about your girl at college. Well, when my daughter was in college, yeah, she thinks she's grown, she can do whatever.
Hmm.
So yeah, I wanted to because I would tell her like I need to know what you had on that day in case I need to tell somebody whatever. But I, I sent her a text. I sent her a text one day that said, "Dear police, I am trying to find my baby. Please have her give me a call." Like, but you're right, that not knowing, but you have to trust that you instilled the right thing in them.
hmm.
Because yeah, when they're out there, yeah, those the outside voices are so strong. And
Yes,
I just need to know that I put something in you. I told you, so
yeah,
you need to think about it before you make that move because it's
right,
scary letting them go. That
yeah,
world out there. Oh my gosh! One point, I just wanted to lock her in the basement. Just like I don't
yeah,
want her to go outside because
yeah,
it's scary. It's
yeah.
scary out there.
I insist on knowing who their friends are. Oh my gosh, they used to hate it, and my youngest still hates it. I
Oh.
don't want any child at my house if I have not met their mom or dad. And you're definitely not going to somebody's house if I have not physically met a parent or FaceTime with a parent. If you're in someone else's house, I'd like to be invited to the house. I always invite parents, hey, come on over because I want them to see how I live. You can trust that your child is safe here. So, perfect example. My youngest birthday is coming up. It's she's a teenager, so you know me, I like to do like I like to make a big deal out of the milestones, the 13s, the 16s, the 18s, the 21s. Haven't gotten to the 21s yet. The high school graduations, the college graduations, those are big things for me. So we're turning 13 in a couple of weeks. Oh my gosh, like in a couple of weeks. I can't even believe it.
It's on
So
my calendar. I know.
yeah. So, my thing was, okay, what are we doing? Do you want to have like a little party? Do you want to just grab a friend and we go kick it? That's what we decided to do. Grab a friend and go kick it. But hey, I need to talk. Her telling me she'd like to go is not enough for me.
Oh
I
yeah,
need to talk to a mom. As
absolutely.
a matter of fact, we've been trying to text back and forth. When can we meet for coffee? Just so we can sit for a quick minute. You know who I am. I always tell parents, it's just me and my girls. There are no brothers here. There are no stepfathers, boyfriends. There are no males here. It's just me and my girls. Those things are important to me. I need to know if my daughter is coming to your house, who's in your house, B? Like, who's there? I, these are the things that I need to know.
But I think you were at one of the parties we had, not at my house, but at somebody else's house, and the parents were just dropping off kids.
Just
They were
dropping
just
kids
dropping
off,
them
not
off.
even coming
I know,
in.
because people were talking to me like, "Oh, I'm not the parent. I'm not." They just,
Girl, I
I
was
mean, like,
like,
slow down, push a kid out, and keep it moving. I was like,
yep, yep.
I it
They was
shocked
they
me.
was pinning notes to the shirt.
Right.
Send up a flare when it's time to come get
When it's
him.
time to go,
I was like, oh
I know.
my
It's like,
gosh.
they was like, let me know when he's ready. And I was like, does he have a phone? He's like, no. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
like I couldn't even imagine that.
Like, which
And
one
like,
is yours?
yes. Yes. And this mom that I'm talking to seems to be, she's like, I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? Because we're gonna be spending the night in a hotel outside of Charlotte. I'm gonna take them to
Oh,
a lunch and we're gonna have a nice dinner. We're turning 13. We're a teenager now. So
aw.
um, nothing crazy, but I am getting a suite though, because there's no way I'm gonna be in the same area with two teenage girls. I, I need my own little, I don't care if I gotta sleep on a couch in another room, but I do want I want it to be memorable, but I need to know who are you?
Yeah,
What do you come from? Who are your people? Like,
yeah, yeah. You can't just drop your kid off somewhere. People are crazy.
people do it
And
all
yeah,
the
like,
time,
and people, you don't know me. You should get to know me before you drop your kid
yeah,
off. Like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
can't.
yeah,
But one thought though is like I was talking about with my daughter. Um, but she's you know her. She's a different type of person. But I feel that that helped her in her development. That
oh yeah,
she did those things on her own. That she was able to learn because like now, this one here is like when it comes to cooking. Like every time you turn around, it's like, well, what about this? And how do I do that? And my daughter's like, just do it. Just learn to do it. No, they don't learn like that. They expect you to hold their hand,
yeah,
but I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna tell you a couple of times, and
yeah,
then I'm gonna need you to have confidence in yourself to go
yeah,
ahead and try it. But it's like, oh, what do I do?
yeah,
It's like, do it,
yeah.
because
Wh-
do it.
What do you have on your feet?
Oh, let's see here.
I don't know
I
how
got
I'm
on
gonna do this because mine are
uh,
like, I don't know how I'm gonna
on
do
the
it.
on the other side, yeah, because like
Yeah.
I know when you get them all crazy. Because this one says something like, "Did I roll my eyes?" Hold on, I'm
Wait.
do one at a time.
It
This one
says,
says,
I'm
"I'm
sorry.
sorry," and then this one is,
Did I roll
"Did I
my
roll my eyes?"
eyes? This one says, can you see it? I know you can't.
Uh, what is it?
Take no
Take
shit
no, take no, take no shit.
and give no fucks.
All right,
You
okay.
know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Yo, my foot look crazy like that. Like crazy.
I
Look how
know.
long my foot looks. Looks mad long.
See, that's hard when you got the stuff on the top. I was like, oh, I can't wear
Yeah, I
those
know,
because you
I
can't
know,
see
but they're
it.
so cute. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so me. Take no shit, give
I
no
know.
fucks.
Yeah, yeah.
Little fucks. Um, would you consider yourself okay? So you're a different parent now than you were, back when Corey was younger. Clearly, I'm a different parent now from my 18-year-old who's going to be 19 this year and my soon to be 13-year-old. I'm a different parent, even just that close together. Would you consider yourself to be more of a helicopter parent now or a free range parent?
It's probably going to sound a little contradictory, but I was I was kind of a helicopter when Corey was younger, in that I was kind of like over, kind of hovering over.
Uh
She had
huh.
to do stuff, but I would still kind of hover. But I think now, because I don't, parenting ain't my jam. I think
Mm
I'm a little more hands off now. That I like I said, I'm going to tell you what you need to do. But like now, I was like dinner. I was like, I asked, what do we have for dinner? And I went on up to my office, and she asked me some questions. So I don't hover over her so
hmm.
much. Like I
Right,
said, I do
right.
more like the watching the internet type thing, and telling you, this is what you need to do. But I don't stand there and hold her hand. And
Yeah.
but because I'm older and I don't desire to parent,
And
so it's a
I
different
have
type of
less
thing.
patience now.
Oh
I
yes,
have less patience, which
I
honestly
think that's what it is.
sometimes, but sometimes it's not fair for her that I have
Mm-hmm.
less patience because, most kids her age, their parents are in their 30s.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So their parents are all techie. Their parents are, this is their world. This is not my world.
Mm-hmm.
It,
Okay.
I don't have the mental wherewithal to learn a bunch of new stuff. Like every time Apple does something with this phone, I'm like, can you fucking stop? Like my God, I don't need AI and all that shit on my phone. Like
Yeah.
I'm barely even, just let me FaceTime and text.
Right.
But
Yeah. Yeah. You explained it much better than I did. That's what it is. Yeah. I'm older. I don't
yeah,
have the patience. So
yeah,
you
yeah.
and I, we are two. Yeah, we are so
We are the
there.
same person in different
We
skin. Yeah.
are. We
Yeah.
are.
I think that I'm, and again, like you, I think I'm going to contradict the terms because I think that I am a helicopter parent in the sense that I'm like, what are you doing? Where are you going? What are you like? What's going on? What are we doing? Who are you talking to? Who's texting? Phone check. Um, but I'm also hands off. I'm free range in the sense that I don't want to have to hover over you all the time because that's not how it's going to be in the real world.
Right.
I'm
Right.
not always going to be there to direct you. So I need you to be able to make common sense decisions. I say that so much around here. Use your common sense.
Yeah.
Ask me a
Think
question.
about it.
What do you think? Right. What do you
Think
think
about
the
it.
answer to that is? Before you even ask me, just stop, think about it, run a
Oh
couple
my
of
gosh.
scenarios through.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like
Oh
people
gosh.
at work before they ask me a question, or when they do, I'm like, well, what do you think?
Yeah. Did you even think
Come,
about
right,
it?
come to me with an idea or a suggestion, and then let's talk that through. Don't just come to me expecting me to answer the question.
Yeah.
Same thing at home. Think that shit through. Some of it is
That's, yeah,
just
you're right.
common ass sense.
I say that all the time. It's like, think about it. You know,
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah,
you got the answer, but it's easier to just ask the question and wait for somebody to give you the answer.
yep,
It's like,
yep, yep. Do
nope.
you think that giving, like, the free range parenting, do you think that, and I guess I kind of sort of know the answer to it, but I'll just pose the question. Would you say that it's just kind of a recipe for trouble, or
It's
or
funny because the whole time you talk about this free range, I'm thinking chickens. I'm thinking
I mean, do you think it's making them grow feathers? Do you know? But do you think like it's giving them time to be creative, time to for trouble? Like what do you think
yeah.
comes from free range parenting?
Very good. Um, well, again, back to the chickens, really, but I'm thinking free range. I'm thinking is not that there are no fences. It's that you have a lot more space instead of being in a cage. You've
Right.
got more room, but
Right.
there are still boundaries.
Right.
So again, yeah, we want you to think for yourself. We want you to be creative, but I don't want you to run off the rails and just run out there. So I think because my yeah, I got a big fence,
Right.
and I'm gonna let you run around that whole yard
Mm-hmm.
so that
Mm-hmm.
when the gate is opened, that you know how to get across the street.
Right. Right.
So yeah, so there's
Yeah.
there's there's got to be some boundaries in there. It can't just like I said be hands off, but I do need to let you get some distance so that I know that some of that stuff that it sunk in.
Right.
So yeah.
I think I like how you said that about, there's still a fence, there's some boundaries. So I'm going to go a step further and say, I've got a yard within a yard. So I've got this area with a fence around it, but there's a gate that will let you out to the bigger yard
Yeah,
before
yeah.
you go out
Okay.
into that world. So
I
I'm
like.
helicoptering while you're in this little gate right here until I see that you don't need me to be in your ass at all times. Then, once I see that, then you go to the bigger yard. And that's where you find your creativity and I see whether or not you're going to find trouble. And I determine, you know what? You're ready to go out now. You can leave both of these yards and go see the world. Exactly. Exactly. So I like that because that made me put it into a better in my brain, gave me better perspective on how I would describe, how I parent.
Yeah. And that
I
too is
like
made
that.
what I think about like the hovering type thing. The helicopter is like,
Yeah.
yeah, because I'm kind of hovering over the yard to
Hmm.
see if you really did get it. So yeah, I'm not in your butt all
Right.
the time, but
Right.
but I can still see, what as a matter of fact, I got the camera in it's like I just need
Yeah.
to know every once in a while if you don't think I'm looking, what are you really getting into?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think
I
yeah,
like
give
that.
give them a test. Yeah, they got to get a
Yeah.
test before they can just
Litmus
be free
test.
range. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. And I will tell you right now, if you're not making good common sense decisions, you're probably going to be in that smaller yard for longer than you'd like to be,
Yeah,
because half
probably.
of life is based on common fucking sense.
Yeah, you
Common
have to
sense.
think about it. You have
Yeah.
to, because we were telling the
Think
kids
about
too
it.
in the class.
Think.
It's
Uh-huh.
like you had to come talk to your supervisor about something, and I forgot what the situation was. Like you needed some time off or something,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like how are you going to approach the situation? Not like, hey, I just need some time off, but
Mm-hmm.
through the effective communication, the kid when they gave us the sample back, it was like, I know I've got a deadline that something needs to be done, but I've got a family problem that came up. Can I, get an extension or can I do it this way? So yes, come to me with
Right.
an idea.
With a
Let
solution.
me
Yeah.
know that you thought about something, and then I can work with you. I can
Yeah.
work with you if you give me something to work with.
Yeah.
But don't come empty-handed and just expect me to give you everything you
To have
need.
the answer. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I even tell the girls, you have to advocate for yourself.
Yes.
Like, you can't just sit silently and watch things happen to you or around you or expect things to happen for you. You have to advocate for yourself. So I'd like to think that my parenting style is more teach teach rather than preach. Like, I'd like to think I'm more teachy than preachy. I can get preachy,
Yeah, can be pretty
but
preachy.
yeah, but I think that, like I said, I need to see that you understand what I'm saying. Like, and my other thing with the girls is when I tell them to do something and they're like, oh my gosh, oh my God. And I'm like, you know what? I hope it doesn't happen for many, 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 many years. But one day you're going to be a parent and you're going to think back to your teenage years and you're going to be like, that's why my mom was that way. That's why she said
Exactly.
what she said. That's because you're going to hear yourself say to your children the same shit I say to you. Because
Hmm.
I say to you the same shit my mom said to
Hmm.
me. And I'm sure she said the same shit
Same
to
thing,
us
same thing.
that her mom said to
My
her.
mother said, and you
It's
think you
par for
won't.
the course.
You think you won't, but you will.
But you
Because
will,
I have heard my daughter tell her son, because I said so.
because I said because I
I was like,
said
what?
so.
What?
Yes,
What did you
like
just say?
yes, like don't question me. I'm the adult. I'm
Right?
the
Like,
adult.
no. Mm-mm.
All these
Mm-mm.
teachers and therapists and shit got them thinking they have all these damn opinions. Not when you're living here. Not here. Shit. I don't know what the
Oh,
Caucasoid you're talking about,
you
but
know,
around here you don't have opinions yet.
yeah, not like that. Because I did have to talk
Shit.
to a therapist one time. I was like, hold on. Where you going with that? You know,
Yeah.
what direction we going? Because
Yeah.
we do little things a little different around
Yeah.
here. Because
Yeah.
unless
We
you gonna
can
take her
have
home with you,
conversations. Yeah. I'll have a
yeah,
conversation with you, but I need you to understand this conversation is um what's the word I'm looking for? This conversation, you're not entitled to the conversation. This is me being generous and giving you the conversation.
right. Yes, it's
Please.
like, oh. See that patience thing,
I'm trying
boy.
to roll. I can't even roll my eyes
I
that hard. I'm
mean,
like,
see, old people shouldn't have children. We supposed to be in our prime. We supposed to be kicking back, doing whatever we
yeah,
want to do.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
girl.
yeah,
But these kids are gonna be better for it because we're giving them this real life experience. So when they do go out, oh, they're gonna be ready.
yeah.
They're gonna be ready. They have no choice with us.
And that's true. That's true. They have to be taught accountability. They have to be taught that every action has an equal opposite reaction. If
Hmm.
you do this, it's very possible someone's going to slap you, or you're going
Right.
to get fired, or you're going to get put out, or you're whatever the case may be.
Yes.
They have to be taught consequences. And these kids
Hmm.
these days do not understand accountability and consequence. So I feel like if the parents aren't teaching that, they're not getting
They're
it,
not
because
getting it.
these teachers
They're
are
not.
so these teachers, God bless them, the world could not revolve without teachers. However, a lot of teachers, and not all of them, I'm not even going to say a lot of teachers, some teachers go to school and teach for the summer break, and they don't care. They're just there to be there. But then you have those other teachers that follow those kids all through their school career. They're
Mm-hmm.
writing recommendation letters. They're checking in on these kids. Love them, love them. But not everybody teaches accountability and consequences. So if it's not getting taught at home,
But also, I mean, I agree with you definitely about the teachers, the different types, but also sometimes their hands are tied.
very,
Like,
yeah, true.
like the no child left behind
That
thing.
is the
Yeah.
dumbest thing to me.
Some of them
That is
need to
the
be left
dumbest
behind because
thing.
they're not ready. They're not ready.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, we've got one in public school and another in homeschool. And the one in public school,
Y'all doing an
oh my
experiment and
gosh.
see who turns out better.
And the crazy, that would be a nice experiment if the kids were more similar. They're
Hmm.
actually
Yeah, they are
opposite. But
way different.
the one in public school though, every time I turn around, you got to miss an assignment, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, teacher did this, teacher did that, and then you turn around, they got an A. Like, but it was late. Where is your penalty? Where are your points knocked off?
Uh-huh.
They just seem to be turning in stuff whenever they want to. But homeschool, my daughter don't play. She was like,
Yeah.
it's due when it's due.
Yeah.
So yeah, they out there in the school, because I'm telling you, and I tell the kids in our co-op, when your boss says that assignment, that project is
That
due,
task. Hmm.
you can't turn it in 2 weeks late. That
Right.
doesn't happen. So actually, so what I've done, because we have the what is it, parent view here? I don't know if
Hmm.
you have that.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we
what
have
I do now
school.
is
Yeah.
I just randomly go out there to the public school student and I check. And for every missing assignment, she owes me $5.
Nice.
Yeah, because I
Nice.
was like, the teachers don't care, but I do. If they gave
Yeah.
you that assignment, it was due on time.
Yeah.
So there will be some penalty somewhere. If I catch it, I'm
Yeah.
getting paid.
Yeah. I know that's
It's a
right.
nice side hustle. It's a nice side hustle.
I bet. You know, my daughter has every other month she does a swear jar, right? For me.
Oh, she's probably rich.
Girl, I think her last one, she might have had 40 something dollars in there. And we've
Oh
already
gosh.
started this month. But in my defense, we are already what's today, the 5th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's only like $1 in there. But
Well,
then
that's
I
because she's
told
not in the
her,
room right now.
I know, right? But then I told her, I said, you know what? I said, since you want to swear jar me, I'm going to attitude jar you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Every time I feel like you're being rude or every time you get an attitude, go ahead and transfer that dollar from your jar into my
Mm-hmm.
jar. Let's see how
Ooh.
this. And she's like, yeah, but sometimes you think I'm being rude and I'm really not. That's all that matters. If I feel like you're being rude to me, I'm not going to be unfair, but run me my money though.
Right. That's what I
Since
told her. Run me
since
my
we got
money.
jars all willy nilly.
I know, because I told the other one we were doing cleanup at co-op, and I was like, "Go ahead," because I had actually gone out early, so I like moved the chairs and done some things, take out the trash. So I was like, "Well, go ahead and vacuum," and she was like, "What are you looking at? What you better be looking at that vacuum cleaner like that?"
Right.
And I was like, "Oh."
Yeah,
So yeah,
run
I
me
need to
my
do that then
money.
too. So I think I'm gonna get paid from both of them then.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, that tube, you can go somewhere with that tube. I
Run
don't
me my
need it.
money.
Mm-mm,
Hmm.
mm-mm.
This was a very informative discussion.
Yes, it was. I like
Very
that one.
informative. And I loved it. Bye, everybody.
Toodaloo.
Don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe. Send us your questions. Love to hear from you. Are due for another session where we just answer questions. So thank you for sending the ones that you have. We will be answering those questions in one of these episodes coming up. See you later. Are you picking up what we're putting down? If so, now's the time to like, follow, subscribe, and share. We'd also love to hear from you. Give us a call at 757-504-4649, or you can email us at lifecracksusup@gmail.com, or just drop us a comment. If you're so inclined, do all three.
Thank you for hanging out with us. Be sure to like, follow, share, and subscribe, and look for a new episode every Wednesday.